All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live once again. We had a little bit of a hiccup. I accidentally hit the button to stop the feed. So I take full responsibility for that, but I'll hold tight, let you all, for those that can rejoin the conversation, y'all come on back in. Hey, Yasmin, welcome to the conversation. Y'all come on in and make yourself at home. I apologize. I accidentally stopped the feed trying to adjust something. So, and I'm switching over. We're switching over to another service anyway. So hopefully after the end of the week, we'll have a service that works a whole lot better. And again, it's the internet, so it's not a perfect science. So I apologize for the interruption. Hola, Shauna Green, and Michael Bangham, and Tasha Coleman. Y'all welcome. Come on in. April Marlena. April is at work. April is back at work on another television show and doing set costume for this television show she's on called Glow. Trina Glover, glad you can make it back. Everybody, I apologize. So y'all come on in. Danae Chappelle or Chapel, we will pray for you. If there's anything specific, if you want to talk about it here on the feed today, you can share it with us, or you can inbox me in April if we need to talk about it offline. We were happy to connect with you there and continue the conversation. New Jersey's apparently in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Rebecca Poole is here. Margaret Edmond, good evening to you. So what y'all want to talk about? Anything? Anybody got a question? Y'all know it always gets a little bit more interesting when I'm here solo and I do not have April here to tap me on the leg and ask me not to talk about something. Carlisha, shout out to you. And I was saying thank you so much because you were one of the specific people that reached out to us to check on Royce. So that goes a long way with me. That means the world to me, and I want to say thank you. Paula Nettles, welcome to the conversation. Lauren Bell, shout out to you. Thanks for watching Glow. Yes, April is on that television show. Oh, my goodness. Danae, we offer our sincere condolences at the passing of your fiance. I'm absolutely sorry to hear that. No one should have to go through the loss of a loved one, especially someone that you were planning to continue the rest of your journey with. So I'm sorry to hear that. We offer our condolences, as I'm sure all of the people here on this thread. Oh my goodness, Danae, you have a lot going on. Again, I, offer my condolences. As I extend April's condolences as well. So I would, if you're 7 months pregnant, I would, advise you to really take your time and try to center yourself because, you're now going to be responsible for a child who's inside of your body right now, connected to all of your emotions and everything. And, I can only imagine that what you are experiencing in some shape, fashion, or form, the baby's going to be experiencing as well. And so, we always want a child that is almost here to go through the healthiest journey into the world. So, again, I'm going to pray that you, through all of this, through the challenge of losing your fiance, find some piece of happiness at the thought of what you're about to bring into the world as a new piece of life that you get to embrace. I don't have all of the words to say you, but the only thing that I can think right now is to say that, try to think about the new piece of life that the universe is about to bless you with. So Val, you were asking about Royce, and this is what made the whole scare of the active shooter possibility. Oh my God, there's so much going on this feed right now. There's a lot of information. Carlisha, I'm praying for you as well. This is the thing. right? So, we have these families. And again, when we do these Facebook Lives, when April and I do these Facebook Lives, we don't have the ability to edit. This is not a television show. It's us communicating with you real time. So we don't have the luxury of being able to go and cut things out that we say or get the words perfect in editing, And so you guys have to give us a little bit of leeway, because again, when somebody tells us that they've just lost a loved one, or somebody's going through having somebody in their family killed, and now they have to deal with the justice system to try to find justice for the loss. Like, these are big life events that we feel for people. We feel people's pain in that. And so many of us through this After I Do platform are starting to come together that this isn't something that we take for granted. Renee coming out to my show yesterday, day before on Sunday in New York City, and hugging me and making that connection one-on-one. Val, who's been to the show for years and I have a personal relationship with, like, this has become something that we build online that has offline implications. So when we say we send our prayers because we care, right? It's not some bullshit that we say just because, like, we consider you all family. We say these are our cousins, these are our brothers, our sisters. This is a family that we're building through this After I Do platform. And now we're starting to actually go out and touch you all physically so that you know that we're not just some pixelated image and a voice on your phone, but we're actually, me and April are real human beings who go through real world problems just like everybody else, right? And I want to be able to send words and stuff real time and not have to find the perfect words, but I'll share that we have to do our best all the time to be in the healthiest relationships possible, so that when these emergencies come up, when these tragedies come up, we're able to be supported by our significant others in the healthiest way possible. And not just our significant others, but much like Danae, who's now just lost probably one of the most important people in her life. Our family has to be there to be able to support us and to hold us up and to comfort us so that we now can push through, whatever this piece of journey, whatever this challenge is now, this obstacle now, this kind of now being placed in the rest of our journey, as we're trying to now continue, as she is trying to figure out what the rest of her life is going to look like moving forward. And that's the challenge. That's life, is trying to figure out how to manage our way through the rest of this journey with so many obstacles kind of falling in our path along the way. So, Val, you asked about Royce and him getting back. I was, sharing that was a part of what bothered me the most when this call came in, that there was an active shooter on Howard's campus earlier, because I just felt like, well, damn, I just was with him yesterday. I just hugged my son yesterday and put him on a plane, and now I get a call that he's in this situation that could be life-threatening. Again, just so that I'm clear for those that are just coming onto the feed, there seems to have been some misinformation. The campus has been completely cleared, and they were saying that there was no active shooter on the campus. So I don't know why that was so widely spread and how it got going so fast. But again, Royce is completely safe. There seems to have been no active shooter on the campus. But even the thought of it, put me in a place where, damn, now I have to shift my focus away from walking into this meeting to trying to make sure my son is good and safe and alive. So He missed his flight yesterday. And yeah, Tiff, listen, I understand it was on the news, and that's the weird thing is that here's the thing about the news. The news used to be a trusted source for information, right? But now what has happened, we've had this shift in the universe where shows like TMZ and all of these other shows have taken pieces of news and turned them into entertainment, and they're getting high ratings. And the news now wants to compete with shows like that, right? So now the news sometimes gets ahead of itself and jumps on things that are coming across the wire, social media, because social media is moving faster than anything we've ever seen. So now the news gets it wrong. And they're in the business. They used to be like, you could count on the news 99.9% of the time. Now you can't even trust the news because they're so busy trying to beat TMZ and social media and everybody else to the punch that they want to be a part of the in crowd. You understand what I'm saying? So we have a situation where you can't even trust the daggone news. So that being said, I put Royce on a plane yesterday. I had a little bit of an issue because I was in New York City. Okay, so follow this. I was in New York City on Sunday performing. I had to do my monthly show. You guys have seen it. I advertise it here. But I do a show in New York once a month. Now, Royce was in LA here visiting the family. Now, April and I had a little bit of going back and forth because the cost of the ticket had escalated by the time we had made the decision. And I said, well, let's just have him wait until Thanksgiving. And then April started, well, homecoming is next week, maybe this. And so then it really came down to cost. And before I knew it, we were looking at the price. I was like, this is going to cost upwards of $1,000 to get Royce home. Now, granted, when you want to see your child, $1,000 may not seem like much. But when you have bills, we're working family and we have bills and things to take care of. And so I was like, yo, that $1,000 can go towards this other thing. And so then it got to the point where me and April were kind of going back and forth and it was turning into a little bit of a fight. And so I was like, you know what? What I have to take into account is the fact that I just saw Royce. And so I don't have the same emotional, I'm not in the same emotional place April is in not seeing her son. So I was like, no, let me just figure it out. I called, I said, I purchased a ticket. Royce will be home Friday night. She was super excited. That took care of everything. I was like, well, I'm going out on the road to work. You just take care of getting him back. Fair enough, right? So April buys him a ticket. Everything's taken care of. He's supposed to be on the 11 a.m. flight going back to D.C. on Monday. Yes, Monday morning. And so I'm in New York on Sunday. And so I was going to lay in the bed and take my time and relax and get back to LA when I got back to LA. And I just decided, you know what? I want to see my son. I want to put some money in his hand. I want to give him a hug. So I caught the first flight out of New York on Monday morning, which was a 6 a.m. flight, which got me in early at 8:42 a.m. Royce's flight is at 11. I land at 8:42. I figure he has to be at the airport an hour early. If he gets there 9:45, 10, we're good. Long story short, Royce gets backed up. Traffic is bad. He misses his 11 o'clock flight, and he's flying on a ticket that's a non-refundable ticket. So now the ticket that April paid for has no value whatsoever, and I'm starting to get pissed. So I'm telling y'all this long-winded ass story because I'm like, if they just would have let me handle it, it wouldn't have gone that way. I wanted Royce on the first flight out. So he would have been there early enough to catch the flight that he needed to catch if he was on the first flight out. Him going to drop his brother off and then getting caught up in traffic happened because April put him on the 11 a.m. That being said, I just said, look, bro, let's just jump on the flyway, go back home. April purchased another ticket, more money spent. And Royce ultimately got on the 8 p.m. flight that night, went back to school. And over the course of getting Royce on the flight and April coming home later that night, I told myself, don't make it an issue. It's just money. I had to continue to have the conversation with myself as a husband and father. Don't make it an issue. It's just another it's just money, right? And money is a resource. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes. And we feel much better when we have it available all the time. But sometimes we don't, and we have to figure it out. And that's just what it is. So this situation with Royce at the school really put me in a bit of a panic, obviously, as a dad. And it made me that much more aware of how unimportant the money is. It just made me that much more aware. It's like the money we spent to get him back didn't even matter. Not even a penny of it mattered. Just thinking about, him being in a situation that was dangerous. So, and more importantly, what I learned is how important it is to not let something like that cause a bit of a divide between you and your significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever. Because you have to jump right on the same page in these moments where things are more challenging. Like, I don't have time to be mad at April about an extra plane ticket when the call comes in that there's possibly an active shooter on HU's campus. There's no time for that, right? You have to jump right back in and figure out, well, what's going on with Royce? The money is not important, so that gap, right, has to be closed. If me and April aren't on the same page, then there's space. And now what has to happen to close that gap, right? Because that gap is where the happiness, it starts to get in the way of the happiness, you and your journey and being with somebody that you care about and love and want to build something incredible with. So I asked the question yesterday, and I don't remember the exact words, but are you and your significant other on the same page? Is there something in the way? Bernadette, yes, my son is at Howard, but there's no active shooter there. That's been all cleared. He's fine. If you guys are not on the same page, what's in the way, right? What's the thing that's in the way of you guys being on the same page as a couple? You have to work on that and get it out of the way. There's just no time to be in a relationship, a marriage, or anything of any significance where you and the person that you're in a relationship with aren't always working on getting on the same page to build something that you both can be happy with. Let me take a sip. It's a lot of emotions running right now. A lot of emotions just because I'm just with these, you just become so aware of mortality, your children, life, death. And when you look at it through that lens, you realize that some of the petty shit we argue about and that you go through with people is it's just petty shit, and it ain't even worth your time. It ain't even worth the fight, because I'm going to tell y'all, having been married to April for 18 years and having been with April for 24, going on 25 years in a relationship, you're not going to remember the fights, what they were about. You may remember that you had a fight, but I promise you won't remember, for the most part, what the fights were about, unless it was something that was so devastating that it turned your entire world upside down. But the petty day-to-day ones, over money for a flight, food, didn't like this couch, didn't want that color paint on the walls. 10 years from now, you're not going to remember those fights. You're not going to remember what they were about. And so if you can't remember what they were about, then it was a waste of your time. The only value to it is learning how to have enough communication skills that you guys can talk through it and keep it moving. Talk through it and keep it moving, because anything else is just a waste of your life. It ain't even it's time, but it's a waste of your life, which is measured in time. You see what I'm saying? It is a waste of your life, which is measured in time. Seconds, minutes, days, months, years. Carlisha, you about to say it. People go through huge loss every day. Again, Danae is on here. She just said she lost her fiance. I can't even imagine. I don't even want to have to imagine. Don't want to. right? And so if I'm sitting here telling y'all, that I can't imagine having to like move forward in my life without April, then what makes these petty ass arguments worth even arguing about? What makes it even worth it? It's wasted time. It's wasted time. Communication, negotiate, and continue to love. Get right back to love. Got to get back to it. Got to get back to, we have so much we want to do with our lives, right? We have so much we want to do, right? We want to travel, right? We want to live. We want to explore. We want to love. We want to do all of these incredible things. And we make a commitment, right? We get into this thing where we bring ourselves together with another human being. So now we have this new entity that has to go through life together. And when there's friction in this new thing and it can't travel well together, right? It's doing this. It's not going room. It's not moving like that. It's kind of we got nothing. Kimberly said, marriage without disagreements is boring. Well, I can tell you what's not boring. Marriage with a bunch of happiness. I promise you, me and April's journey is so much better when the two of us are happy and excited and laughing together and playing. You know what I mean? You can disagree. We don't agree on everything. That's for sure. But that's different from, letting some petty shit get in the way of you both having the best experience in your marriage. There's no alcohol in there, but it is a good combination of juices and tonic water. Time being wasted with him to trying to get back to our lives. You got to get back to your life. Got to get back to love. Got to get back to happiness. Got to get back to dancing. Dance. Take a walk. Do nice things together. Right? Yeah, Kimberly, I agree. I just said that you will not agree on everything with your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you're in a relationship with. But that's just life. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't believe in the same things. They don't want the same things. But again, when you're bringing two people together, the ability to talk through it, to use your communication skills, your verbal skills to figure out what makes sense for the two of you at the time becomes the thing. So any questions? I gotta actually have a ton of work to do. I've been so fortunate and blessed to get back out on the road, doing more and more stand-up, and it's starting to move so fast that it's really kind of scary in a way. Not scary, but it's actually exciting, because I asked the universe, said to the universe, hey, I want to do more stand-up, and now the universe is saying, okay, we got you, and it's starting to happen like that. But with that comes a lot of work that I have to take care of. Trying to make sure I respond to any questions. Yeah, Shanice said, if you agree on everything, somebody's lying. That's hilarious to me. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, Walk It Out Morgan, my condolences to you as well. But you're so right. Don't sweat the small stuff. But that's, I will say that as you evolve in a relationship is one of the things that you start to learn and appreciate on the back end as things, again, when you get into the second half or the later years of your relationship, marriage or whatever, you learn that the petty stuff is just not worth it. Kimberly Cook, April is at work. April is at work. April works some very long hours. So that's why, when she was here, I was telling people like, yo, let's get it in now, because once she gets back to work, it's hard to grab April. She works easily 12 to 14, 15 hour days. She'll leave out at 5 in the morning, and I will not see April until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night sometimes. And she'll jump in the shower, jump in the bed, and then right back to work. So, but we're going to work on some things that I had a nice meeting today at an agency that hopefully will be helping with some of the stuff that we're trying to do with the After I Do platform. And then April and I are just committed to doing a lot of this stuff ourselves, just meaning because it's our platform, we're not going to wait for agencies or television. So we're working on some stuff that I think you guys are going to be really excited about, because we certainly are very excited about it. Oh, man. Yes, I will tell Rosalind. I will definitely pass that along to April. Well, there's April right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, listen, what the hell? I mean, you're at work. I have to continue. Here we go, boy. Look, now everybody say hey to April. Say hi to April, everybody. Don't be coming here talking about what the hell. We have to continue the show. And unfortunately, love, the show goes on with or without you. Exactly. Whew, my goodness. It's not like she came on and said, hey, I want to say hi. Where? Let me even see if she's... Well, she's at work, so I'm not going to try to... Flossie, April does set costume for television and film. At least that's what she tells me she's doing. Who knows? I don't know how that woman makes her money. Stacy Royal, is that your name? Stacy Royal. It's an interesting name. And by the way, Mrs. Watkins, can you hear me? I will not be here when you get home. I have to work tonight. If you're in the LA area, I'll be at the He has me working like a slave over here. Nobody has you working like a slave. I was going to say I would make dinner for you, Mrs. Watkins, but unfortunately I will be out working. I have to go do some stand-up. I have a spot tonight. I may have two, actually. Casey Cooper, I know it's not the same without April, but that could be a good thing if you think about it. Now I don't have April here to tell me what I can't say. So if you ask me something, I can give you my own unfettered, if that's the right word, response. April, nobody told you you can market and promote the show that you're on this live feed. So if you don't mind, could you knock that off? It's her seeing a pic of her with Usher. Based in the 80s. It's April. Let's see. No, April hasn't been in the business long enough to encounter Harvey Weinstein. I know you can hear me, April. Call out for food? No. See, now this is, okay, because you travel so much for work, because you now have a son in college, currently needs to get a credit card that has frequent flyer rewards so you can travel for the free. Well, thank you for that, Ashanti, but I have another thing that I'm working to get tickets and all of that. But I hear you and I appreciate that as a tip. Hey, April. All right, April. So what are you talking about? Anything? If not, I'm not going to be on here super long. Boy, I swear to God, there's nothing like the right mix of juice at the right temperature when it's just cold and it's right is what you want. Yeah, April is basically trying to bully Wine Sipper. I'm glad you noticed that, because she basically is coming over here and boss hogging the goddamn live feed. Now, she ain't shared a link to nothing. She has not told y'all to go to the AfterIDoTV.com page. You want to do that, April? Share the AfterIDoTV.com thing here on the feed and tell people to go to that and sign up for the email list or to purchase a t-shirt. Now, if you want to co-manage the page offline, then you need to be doing that. And Felita said hi, April, so say hi back. Angela, hello to you. And Kaz, how are you? Carlicia, you want jokes? You should Google Royale Watkins or Google Mixtape Comedy Show. There's plenty of stuff out there. I don't do jokes. I don't do stand up on this live feed. That's not what I do. The boys are good, Rosalind. April, what are you talking about? You do it. What do you want me to do? Riri, what's happening? Well, April, everybody, y'all show April some love. Give her some hearts. Throw up hearts. Throw up hearts. Throw April some hearts because she has to get back to work and make that money and bring it home to daddy. Hey, Charmaine from the Bahamas. I hope you're safe over in the Bahamas. Yes, April Coleman. Yes, she is working, but I need her to stay focused. David Turner, what's good? Yeah, everybody say bye to April. I will get her behind back to work. You'll be back soon enough to where? You better stay focused so you don't get fired. There's your hearts, April, on the way out. They're showing you some love. Dawn Bats, what's good? April, okay, you just said bye 1,000 times. Goodbye. See, you can't give April a little bit of rope, boy, I swear. All right, any questions? Because I'm not going to be on here super long today. Like I said, I got some work that I have to do, and I'm prepping. I'll be at the Ha Ha Cafe on Lancashire. Oh my God, April, please stop. Goodbye. I'll be at the Ha Ha Cafe on Lancashire. Alex Thomas has a show tonight, so I'll be over there supporting his show, and I'll jump on stage and throw some of these jokes around. Amber Lewis said her After I Do shirts were a hit in Jamaica. Please send us a photo. Oh, and for those that have ordered After I Do shirts, if you put in an order for a 3XL, the shirt is on the way. It's just taking a little bit longer for me to get them printed. Because the shirts that we use, American Apparel, is going through a little bit of a company change. But if you ordered a 3XL shirt, just give us a little bit more time and your shirts will be on the way. Do we do individual counseling? Not really, but you can always inbox us. And from time to time, April and I have been willing to go above and beyond to help those in need. So if you inbox us, we read it all. And, if it's a situation where we feel like we can add some value, then we'll try to set up a conversation offline to help. What up, Johnny Bird from Alabama? I think I'm in Alabama this weekend with Mike Epps. So wherever Mike Epps is, Google it, somewhere at Montgomery, Alabama. I think Mike is in Montgomery, and I believe I'm there with Mike Epps. Maybe some more Bruce. I'm not sure. If you still want to order a t-shirt, you should go to afteridotv.com, afteridotv.com, and go to the shop. Click on the shop button, and it'll take you to our Shopify page, and you can order a t-shirt. We have maybe 50-something After I Do t-shirts left. After those 50 are gone, that's the end of the After I Do t-shirts, and we will move on to the next shirt, which I'm not 100% sure. But it may be the Relationships, Love, and Laughter shirt. All right. It's either going to be that, or we're going to do a fundraiser t-shirt campaign to help pay for the studio that we're building converting our garage space into After I Do studio, so we can bring you some upgraded production and not this kitchen stuff that we've been doing. Oh yes, the Bama Classic. Thank you, Carlicia. You know what, Carlicia? You might get a job as an intern. But yes, it's the Bama Classic this weekend, and Mike Epps is there, and so I'm traveling with Mike Epps on tour, and so if he's there, more than likely I will be there. So love how you treat your wife. Oh, thank you, Johnny Bird. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the queen right there. What I realize is that we have to treat our significant others as queens. Lift them up. All right, our communities deserve better. Cincinnati on the tour. I have to look at the tour dates for 2018. I'm pretty sure I saw Cincinnati on the 2018 tour dates, April Coleman. New to you in April's live. DC checking in. DC is my hometown, Kimberly Janae. So, welcome to the conversation. You should go and definitely check out some of the videos in the archives. You will learn a lot about this platform if you go to the videos in the archive and check some stuff out. When am I in Houston? Houston is on Mike's schedule, so that means the tour schedule for 2018. I don't have the exact date, but my very good friend and my little bro Rudy Rush is in Houston, so been talking to him about trying to do something there even before this Mike Epps tour gets to Houston. But for those that are in New York City, I'm in New York City every third Sunday. If Renee Rosebarrow's still here on the feed, again, I want to shout her out and thank you. Val, you already know what I feel about you and how much I love and appreciate you for the support. But New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, the next show, I think, is Sunday, November the 19th. I'm back at Gotham Comedy Club with the Mixtape Comedy Show. You all should absolutely purchase your tickets in advance. If you can come out and support that show, I would greatly appreciate it. And then I'm looking to do more stuff. And I have a meeting tomorrow with an agent to talk about me going on tour, me getting back out on the road and doing more stand-up. So I will keep you all in the loop. And then I just hired a producer, editor person that's going to start sharing a whole lot more clips. I'm skipping my hometown. What is up with that? Lois, what hometown? What hometown am I skipping? Kaz, nothing in DC yet, but I'm working on it. Got to get back to my city. All kinds of good things in my city. So working on that. What is April? Alicia, what is April or where's April? What are you asking? Like Kevin Hart said, he doing with his wife. I don't understand that, David Turner. You know, that's the update. That's what it is. It's Rochester. Yeah, we tore Rochester up. I'm going to tell you that right now. We tore Rochester upside down. It was me, Mike Epps, and Bruce on the same show. So if you get a chance to come out and see Mike Epps, come out and see him. He's doing some really incredible, fun stuff on stage right now. And then more than likely, you'll get the opportunity to see me. And it's a different kind of show out there on the road. So Buffalo, I believe, is on the schedule, Denise, for 2018. Kaylorn, is it Kaylorn or Kaylorn? Welcome from Montreal. To the dirty South. Carlisha, what city are you in? I think you said it before. I just don't remember. You say dirty South. There's so many cities down there that could be considered dirty. Atlanta being number one. Michelle Williams, Ohio. I got it, Michelle Williams. Don't know what part of. Oh, what city, Michelle? Did you say Cincinnati or was that somebody else? Columbus, Cincinnati. I'm sure we're gonna hit Ohio at some point. Okay. So, any questions before I bounce? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? I was hoping that April would get off early enough today. Amanda, Charlotte, North Carolina. We're working on something for what is it? CIAA. Yep, Kelly. I was in the Bay Area. Me and Mike, we played the club there. Oh, okay. I got you, David. I understand now. Cleveland, Ohio. That's an easy one. Absolutely. Cleveland is on the schedule for 2018. Chicago for sure. Chicago is a major city for comedy. Nobody does comedy and misses Chicago. Everybody from Detroit is going down to Alabama for the Classic. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. 60 miles south of Montgomery, Alabama. Got you. That's an hour away. That's 45 minutes away. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to answer two questions. So, Royale, what are some of the old comedians in your area doing? Hope Flood, Adele Givens, and others. So Hope Flood is still out doing stand-up. She's also building a comedy conference. Adele Givens, who was just on Def Jam 25 and did incredibly well, is back out on the road doing stand-up. Maurice, I appreciate that, brother. You know I'm gonna go beat that stage up. Somebody else. What was the other question? Okay, Cassandra Nelson said, "What made you to do this?" Nothing. Well, April suggested to me when things were slow for me. Thank you, Yasmin. That I should get on Facebook, and I kind of ignored her. But then after a while, I was like, well, let me get on here. And once I got on Facebook, I started building. I was first doing a show on Facebook called My Life Online. And then after I did My Life Online, it was me on Facebook 5 days a week trying to do something different every day. Carlicia, you know Ross is back, always going to be super creepy and weird just for no reason. But that's Ross. So then after I messed around on Facebook and then I started doing some stuff and I saw that there was some traction, I just told April we should do a relationship thing together. And it started off, I think, as a joke with one of the things that we did. And then I think the first video up in Martha's Vineyard with April singing to me and the boys behind us, kind of went super viral, or it went viral. And so then we realized it's like, oh, there's an audience here and a platform. So let's start having a conversation. And then ultimately it turned into the two of us on here giving relationship advice and talking to our family and growing this into whatever it's going to ultimately become, which we still haven't figured out yet. It's continuing to evolve. Falit, I'm glad you enjoyed Def Jam 25. They just shot 6 episodes of all Def Comedy, which is going to be the 2017 version of Def Comedy Jam for HBO. I don't know how quickly they're going to turn those episodes around, but you guys can look forward to that. Tony Rock is the host. Super duper funny. A lot of up and coming young comics that are funny. So, you guys should check that out. All right. That's it for now. I really appreciate you all checking in. Jakari, what's happening? No, Jakari, I washed the gray out for this. I had to go read for a television show today. I'm sure. Hey, listen, Carlicia, I'm sure Mike Epps is sold out at this point. Mike is selling a lot of tickets. So, but what I'm trying to work out with them is a deal where I can at least get 2 to 4 tickets in each city to be able to give to our After I Do family. So I don't have it perfected yet, but I got to figure out how it's going to work. But I am working on being able to get tickets in every city I'm in with Mike to just give away to, our After I Do folks. Val, I'm not going to be on this first block of shows. I was not super aggressive enough to push and get on the shows. But if they come back and tape again, I'll definitely jump on the next round of all Def Comedy. Cheryl Davis, you're saying hi. Are you just tuning in? Are you just logging into the conversation? Hey, Vanessa Steverson. Hey, Joe Leonard, we appreciate that. Anita Cottrell, April was just on here. You could have told her that you love her. T. Edwards, love you back. Yolanda Wright, you just getting here? So, Carlicia, you just need 1 ticket. Inbox me, Carlicia, and just remind me leading up to it, and I'll see if I can make 1 ticket happen. I don't know anybody who really needs 1 ticket. People usually need 1 plus 1, but so my days I have been telling all of my friends about your live feeds. Thank you. So, listen, Beverly McLaughlin, nothing means more to us than people telling their friends about After I Do and sharing our post. And, April, I think, like I said, we just passed 110,000 people on here. Nothing would mean more to us than to be able to double these numbers and to be able to get up to 250,000 people following this After I Do platform, because the numbers make it go, right? That's what it's all about at the end of the day, is growing your audience. And that's what, a cousin, Clarence Royce, is good. That whole active shooter thing seems to have been a falsehood, so he's good. But being able to get our audience up to 350, 500,000, 1 million people is what's going to make the networks go, well, we got to be in business with them because they have an audience. So, if you guys or you all continue to share the platform, tell your friends and invite them, then that's what'll make the platform grow. Alicia, I will tell April that you said you love her. And like I said, wait, Katina Watson, 110,000 followers, toothbrush story. Didn't I say when we got to 250? Did I say 250 or 125? Hey, Cheryl Mitchell, you don't have to miss us. We're always right here. I think I said 250 for that toothbrush story. That toothbrush story is a real humdinger. So, but April and I have plenty of stories. Well, I'm going to tell you what's interesting, Melody Roberts. You say you told so many of your coworkers about me and April's page. Is that who was I? Oh, yeah. I just run into so many people randomly who don't show up on the feed, but are watching the After I Do videos and reference stuff. It's like, I didn't even know you were following us. So I'm kind of excited to see that even people, if they don't log in and tune in and have an active conversation with us, that there's still so many people out there that at least tuning in, watching, and checking the videos out. Katina Watson, thank you so much for sharing them. V Mac, what's happening? Dorothy Picard, is it Pickard or Picard? Lansing, Michigan in the building, everybody. All right. I miss you guys. We love you guys. I don't know if guys is appropriate. I don't like saying guys when they're women. There's a young lady that April and I met that was like, that's absolutely inappropriate to call women guys. So I'll just say I miss you all. We love you all. We appreciate you. I'm going to tap out for now because I got to go prepare for this show tonight. Okay, Melissa has a question. I have a question. How do you feel about what's going on with Mr. Kaepernick? I don't think it's fair the way the NFL is treating him. Yeah, listen, Colin Kaepernick is aware that he has now placed himself in a situation where the NFL is not going to be kind to him. But that's the nature of the business when you shine a light on social injustice, racial injustice, and otherwise. And so, you know, this is a part of the journey. This is what it is. This white supremacist mentality that exists in this country, they're not going to act kindly towards those that shine a light on them. And I'm not saying the NFL is that, but, his desire to use the NFL and NFL games as a platform to bring awareness to it is something that's now caused a complete disruption in the fabric of how they make money. So, but we need more Colin Kaepernicks in the universe. We need more people to be brave enough to say, I'm going to risk, my lifestyle and how I feed myself by standing up for something that I believe in or taking a knee. So this is not about the flag or national anthems, about police killing, especially. Yes, it's about social injustice and the lack of accountability. And so he's just used his celebrity in the football arena to bring awareness. Melissa Fitzgerald, I'm absolutely not watching football at all. Not even a little bit. So, well, Carlicia, here's the thing. Yes, I got to go, but, this is when there's more questions, then I'm going to do my best to try to answer them all. And, something like Colin Kaepernick and him taking a knee and standing up for racial injustice and so forth is an important issue. So, I appreciate that, but hopefully that answers your question. But the bigger thing is that this is the thought that I had today because I was listening to the radio. Here we go. Now we're about to get into another issue. I was listening to the radio and here in LA, the radio station, they were talking about the fact that the NBA starts today, right? And there was all of this hoopla and excitement around the NBA and the games, and they were selling it. And it made me think for a second, in the years past, I would get excited about it too. I was like, I enjoy playing basketball. I like watching basketball. I'm a basketball fan. But then it made me ask myself, why is that important to me? why am I like giving so much of my time to something that is not making a real difference in my life? How come I'm not taking that 2 to 3 hours of watching a basketball game and investing it into something that I can learn on YouTube that's going to help me grow the After I Do platform? Investing it into something, doing something around the house that's going to make April happy because I invested in fixing something or knocking more stuff off the honey-do list or researching more benefits that are available to me as a veteran. So I'm only saying this to say, manage your time well. Focus on the things that are important to you. Focus on the things that are going to have a long-term impact on your health and well-being, and that's going to allow you to, these basketball players are millionaires, and these guys are set up to do well for the rest of their lives. But what's the thing that you can invest in for yourself? What's the thing that you said, the other thing, your other hustle? This is another thing that I'm going to start talking about. Is like, what's your other hustle? So many of us out here are scraping to get by. We're having challenges, some of us are riding Uber or Lyft to make up that extra money. But what's the other hustle that you should be investing in that's going to give you an opportunity to flourish and grow and build a business that becomes your $1 million thing, right? And can you take the time that you spent 2-3 hours watching football and invest it into that other hustle idea to eventually get it off the ground, right? What's your other hustle? And how much of that time are you willing to invest in yourself so that you can get that other hustle off the ground? I don't care whether it's baking cookies and bagging them up and selling them in the neighborhood or putting them online, or whether it's some idea you have for a mobile car wash service or whatever it is, but invest that time. Ask yourself, you only have 24 hours in a day, and you're giving 3 hours or 4 hours of it to sports when you can, invest that into yourself. Okay. I would love to stick around. As I said, I tried to tap out a couple of times, but now I gotta log out now because now I'm becoming aware of the fact that it's getting much later. But I'll be back tomorrow. And April and I are really working on a schedule where we can announce that we will absolutely be on every day at a certain time of the week. Like, even if it's once a week, if we say Tuesdays at 8 or Wednesdays at 9, we want to try to log in because so many people have said, listen, I can't catch you live because we're not announcing it far enough in advance for them. So we're going to work on that. Okay. So on that note, you guys can always inbox us if you have questions. If you have, if you need me to. I know Carlicia, I'm going to say bye. But if you need me, you guys can inbox us. I always respond within 24 to 48 hours. I'm super duper tired, so I'm going to log off. But again, thank you. God bless you. Good night. We love you guys, and make sure you take care of yourself and make sure you hug your kids and kiss your significant other. All right. We'll talk to you later.